The silent love. For years, Maya took the same subway route to work every morning. She'd find a quiet spot, her head buried in a book, lost in her own world. But there was one thing that always caught her attention: a folded note tucked between the seats. It was never signed. But each note, written in elegant handwriting, seemed to speak directly to her heart. Curious and intrigued, Maya would always write a reply. At first, it was just a passing thought, but soon it became a habit. The notes went back and forth for years. They had never spoken, but somehow they understood each other completely. On Valentine's Day, Maya sat on her usual bench when something caught her eye. There, beside her seat, was another note. She looked around. No one seemed to notice the note. Maya then picked it up and read it aloud, even though there was no one to hear. "I've been waiting for this moment. If you're reading this, meet me at the last stop. I'll be there. I hope you will be too." Her heart raced. Who could it be? Could it be the person who had been sharing their heart with her all these years? When the train reached the final stop, Maya stepped off, her thoughts swirling in anticipation. She walked out of the station and found herself standing in the cold, crisp air of the city. A figure stood by the bench, holding a single red rose, waiting. Maya's breath caught in her throat. She had no idea what he looked like. But now, standing face to face with him, she recognized him immediately. The man with the gentle eyes, the one who had written all those notes. He looked up, his eyes locking with hers. His face broke into a warm, nervous smile. "Maya?" he asked softly, his voice almost a whisper, as if unsure she would even recognize him. "I can't believe it," she breathed out, a laugh escaping her lips. He stepped forward and handed her the rose, his hands shaking slightly. "I've wanted to meet you for so long." Maya smiled, feeling the warmth of the moment fill the air between them. And in that moment, there were no more notes, no more letters. Only the two of them standing together, the love they had written to each other over the years, now finally meeting in the real world. The subway had been their connection, but Valentine's Day was their beginning. "Happy Valentine's Day," he whispered, taking her hand. And with that, they began the next chapter of their love story, hand in hand.